What is a love interest? A character with whom the protagonist develops a romantic or emotional connection. Bear with me while I get used to this new microphone. This character is usually central in the protagonist's arc and challenges or complements their emotional development. Let's explore my absolute favorite love interests and of course mash my own. When writing a love interest, consider the character's agency. The love interest should have their own desires, goals, and challenges, not just to exist to motivate the protagonist. This creates a dynamic relationship where both characters influence each other, making the love interest feel like an active, fully realized character. Let's look at one of my favorite love interests.
I know not who you are, nor how I came to find you, but may I just say, aye.
At the start, Flynn Rider is focused on stealing the princess's tiara for wealth, not romance. No. His motivation is driven by survival and self-interest.
I take you to see the lanterns, bring you back home, and you'll give me back my satchel?
I promise.
When he first meets Rapunzel, he doesn't care about her beyond the tiara, but as he spends more time with her, his feelings evolve. His growth from a selfish thief to someone who genuinely cares for her demonstrates that he's not just a love interest, but an active participant in the story.
I'm not scared anymore. You know what I mean?
I'm starting to.
Let's look at one of my other favorite love interests.
I am the only person within 1,000 miles who knows how to properly code and catalogue this library, that's why.
Evelyn O'Connell has clear motivations.
And the Bembridge scholars have rejected my application form again. They say I don't have enough experience in the field.
As an Egyptologist, she's determined to prove her worth in a male-dominated field. She's not waiting to be rescued. She's leading the expedition to Hamunaptra.
If we're going to play together, we must learn to share. There are other places to dig.
Evelyn's passion for her work and her drive make her more than just a love interest. She's integral to the story, and her relationship with Rick grows from mutual respect, not dependency. Thank goodness.
You see that girl? She saved my neck.
Let's look at another of one of my favorite love interests.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were someone else. Oh, it's you. Well, that's okay then.
Dimitri starts as a street smart conman, trying to convince the Romanov family that Anastasia is their long-lost princess.
Just think, Vlad. No more forging papers, no more stolen goods. We'll have 3 tickets out of here. 1 for you, 1 for me, and 1 for Anastasia!
His goal is to escape poverty, and his initial interest in Anastasia is purely financial. Purely financial.
You do kind of resemble her.
The same blue eyes.
The Romanov eyes.
Nicholas's smile.
Alexandra's chin.
Over time, as he gets to know her, his motivations change, and he begins to care for her.
No more pretend. You'll be gone. That's the end.
This shift from self-interest to genuine care is a key part of his character arc. Don't you think?
Why the change of mind?
It was more a change of heart.
Let's look at one of my other favorite love interests.
Wake up!
What?
Fiona is a perfect blend of vulnerability and strength. At the start of the story, she hides her ogre form, believing love will only be possible if she fits into the mold of what society expects of her.
I'm a princess, and this is not how a princess is meant to look.
But over time, Fiona learns that love isn't about perfection. It's about being accepted for who you truly are.
I'm supposed to be beautiful.
But you are beautiful.
So for your love interest, ask yourself, what is their relationship to love and romance before meeting the protagonist? Are they cynical, hopeful, indifferent? Do they believe in true love? Or are they focused on practical connections? How does the love interest view the concept of sacrifice? What would they be willing to sacrifice for the relationship? And what lines would they not cross? What are they willing to change for the person they love? Based off these 4 amazing characters, here's my new love interest. Luna Callahan is a charming and resourceful treasure hunter. She is deeply knowledgeable about ancient histories and forgotten cultures. Growing up in a poor neighborhood, Luna is driven by a need to escape her past. Her wit and intelligence make her an expert manipulator. But beneath her hardened exterior lies a vulnerability that leads to her personal growth. She will learn to embrace love, not as a liability, but as a source of strength. So let's look at her agency in this new story of mine. Luna's main goal is to find an ancient artifact that will secure her financial future. Though a skilled archaeologist, her focus is more on material reward than historical value. She works alone, prioritizing independence and avoiding attachments. At the start of the story, Luna views the protagonist, Peggy, as a tool to achieve her goal. Someone with critical knowledge needed to unlock a hidden treasure. As she spends more time with Peggy, however, Luna's motivations shift. She learns to trust Peggy and see her not as an obstacle, but as a partner. What's next? When writing a love interest, consider the character's conflict.
I need to find somewhere to camp now!
Romantic relationships in stories are really smooth. Sometimes in real life, they're really smooth.
All right, I'll be quiet.
Fine.
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 Introducing conflict, whether internal, emotional baggage, fear of commitment, or external, danger, societal pressure, adds tension, which makes the relationship more compelling and gives both characters room to grow.
You should know that this is the strangest thing I've ever done!
Externally, Flynn's constantly at odds with the royal guards and law due to his criminal past. Internally, he grapples with his identity and vulnerability.
I'll spare you the sob story of poor orphan Eugene Fitzherbert. That's a little bit of a downer.
He's afraid of opening up emotionally, fearing rejection. His internal struggle creates tension within his relationship with Rapunzel.
I'm terrified.
Why?
As he starts to care for her, he questions whether he deserves her. Evelyn's external conflict involves the threat of Imhotep's curse, while her internal conflict centers around her feelings for Rick. He's so beautiful, and she's so beautiful. I'm so glad I'm queer. I digress.
Oh, for heaven's sake, girl, it wasn't that good of a kiss anyway.
While she's attracted to him, she tries to maintain professionalism, especially as Rick's past as a mercenary complicates her idealistic views.
Look, you can either tag along with me or you can stay here and try and save the world. What's it gonna be?
I'm staying.
Over the course of the story, she grapples with trusting Rick and letting go of her reserved nature.
I am a librarian.
My heart just melted.
If we live through this, remind me to thank you.
Externally, Dimitri's obstacles are Rasputin's curse and the danger Anastasia is in. He must get her to Paris while keeping her safe.
If we live through this, remind me to thank you.
Thank me later.
Dimitri's internal conflict revolves around his guilt for deceiving Anastasia.
And you will walk out of her life forever.
But
princesses don't marry kitchen boys.
He's afraid she'll reject him when she finds out he was initially motivated by money.
From the very beginning, you lied.
Fiona's external conflict revolves around societal rejection and expectations of beauty.
it's disgusting. Guards! I order you to get them out of my sight!
Her internal conflict is about accepting who she is, and moreover, who Shrek is.
They judge me before they even know me.
You're not exactly what I expected.
Well, maybe you shouldn't judge people before you get to know them.
She fears that she will never be loved because of her ogre form.
Who could love a hideous, ugly beast?
But I thought that wouldn't matter to you.
Yeah, well, it does.
So for your love interest, ask yourself, what kind of vulnerability does the love interest struggle with? Do they hide their weaknesses behind a tough exterior? Are they afraid of getting hurt or of being abandoned? What emotional baggage does the love interest bring into the relationship? Are they carrying the weight of a past relationship, trauma, or fear of rejection? How does this impact the current relationship with the protagonist? How does the love interest challenge the protagonist's worldview or assumptions about love? So does the love interest question the protagonist's beliefs about relationships, loyalty, self-worth? You tell me. Based off these 4 love interests, here's Luna Callahan's conflict. Externally, Luna faces rival treasure hunters, mercenaries, and law enforcement. The greatest external threat is the antagonist, someone determined to claim the artifact for themselves, willing to do anything to get it. The increasing danger forces Luna to balance her self-serving tactics with her growing emotional connection to Peggy. What about internally? Growing up poor, Luna learned early that love was a weakness that could jeopardize survival. As a result, she's hesitant to trust others and fears emotional dependency. Yes, she's drawn to Peggy, but she struggles to let her guard down. And soon, her manipulation of Peggy leads to guilt. A pivotal moment in the story comes when Luna is faced with a choice. Help Peggy at the risk of losing the treasure or continue on her self-interest path. In the end, her decision to act on her feelings signals her emotional growth. Yay! She is learning to trust and love without fear. What's next? When writing a love interest, consider the chemistry. The bond between the protagonist and the love interest is what keeps the audience invested. Whether it's a strong initial attraction, a deep intellectual connection, or surprising slow burn chemistry. I'm doing the head bobble. These dynamics drive the relationship forward. Whoop whoop. Good chemistry makes the audience root for these characters to come together. You know what I'm saying? The chemistry between Flynn and Rapunzel evolves from playful banter to a deeper affection. They start off as opposites. Rapunzel is innocent and sheltered. Flynn is a cynical thief, but they complement each other. And as they spend more time together, they reveal their vulnerabilities to one another. Their growing emotional connection is ultimately symbolized by Flynn's sacrifice for her, showing that his love for Rapunzel has grown beyond his initial selfish desires. Evelyn's intellect, idealistic nature contrasts with Rick's rough around the edges persona, but over time they balance each other out.
Here, this is for you. Go ahead, it's something I borrowed off our American brethren. I thought you might like it, you might need it.
Their relationship is marked by playful banter, like when Rick teases Evelyn. She has some quick-witted responses.
Still angry about that kiss, huh?
Oh, if you call that a kiss.
As they face danger together, their mutual respect deepens to genuine affection. And the final kiss represents the emotional culmination of their journey to lovers.
Do you really think I'm royalty?
You know I do.
Then stop bossing me around.
Dimitri and Anastasia's chemistry develops from initial distrust, fair, to deep emotional connection.
You didn't take the...
I couldn't.
Why?
Because I...
Dimitri admires Anastasia's strength while she begins to understand his vulnerability. Why is it always the women have to do so much work to understand the men emotionally?
But it was your home.
It was a place I once lived. End of story.
Their chemistry is built on humour, flirtation, with moments of tenderness, like when Dimitri teaches Anastasia to dance.
I'm feeling a little dizzy.
Kind of lightheaded.
Yeah.
Me too.
Their evolving connection, from suspicion to affection, makes their relationship feel earned and emotionally satisfying.
What kind of knight are you?
One of a kind.
Fiona and Shrek's chemistry is built on contrast and gradual understanding.
She's as nasty as you are.
Initially, their interactions are marked by humorous tension.
You think that Shrek is your true love?
Yes.
Shrek's gruffness and Fiona's sweetness clash, but as they journey together, they begin to open up.
Maybe you can come visit me in the swamp sometime.
I'd like that.
Their bond deepens as they share vulnerabilities, particularly Fiona's ogre form.
Well, that explains a lot.
Ultimately, their relationship is about accepting each other as they truly are, flaws and all.
I love you.
Really?
Really, really.
No. No. So for your love interest, ask yourself, how do they express affection? Is it through physical touch, kind words, acts of service, or other love languages, like penguin pebbling? That's my favourite. How does this affection evolve as their relationship deepens? How does the love interest grow or change through their connection with the protagonist? What lessons do they learn about themselves and about love over the course of the story? How does their development influence the protagonist? That's really important to know. Go think about it. Forgot that it was there. So, let's mash. Luna and Peggy share a strong intellectual connection, united by their passion for history and adventure. However, their relationship starts with tension. Luna's cynicism and self-reliance clash with Peggy's idealism and belief in teamwork. Their constant bickering hides a deeper chemistry and underlying respect. As the story progresses, their relationship grows beyond antagonism. Luna admires Peggy's intellect and determination, while Peggy sees through Luna's tough exterior. Of course she does. Their dynamic evolves into one of mutual respect, with moments of tenderness and emotional support. A key turning point occurs when Luna opens up about her painful childhood, revealing the emotional scars that have shaped her. Peggy listens, offering reassurance that she accepts her as she is, flaws and all. No, that's good. That is actually good. I am comfortable with that. And Luna's willingness to choose Peggy over the treasure solidifies their bond, showing that her feelings go beyond a passing attraction and are rooted in genuine love. Until the next mash. Bye. I hope this sounds okay. I hope this sounds okay. I just winged it like the rookie I am. I didn't test it. I hope it sounds okay.